Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody, on this August the 29th, I do believe it is. And after a few weeks of rain and storms and high winds, we have a beautiful day for Michelle's homecoming. We're using a river taxi to get her here due to the fact it's a great big boat and she has a lot to bring. Sometimes when we use our boat and we can't get it all, we have to leave it in the truck and then turn around and go back and get the second load. So this way it's all in one load. But I've been out assessing damage, and there's been a lot more than what I originally thought there was. We had one rack of solar panels that were ripped off of the rack. That's how strong the wind was. And they were pretty well secured, to say the least. So welcome back. Go along with us on this day, and we'll show you how we welcome Michelle home.
Alrighty, 7:38, and I am on the Manley Road, which is also part of the Elliott that I just came off of. But to differentiate, I always call this the Manley Road. So another 80 miles of driving like this with occasional groups of potholes. I don't even know if it'll show up on this camera. I've entered the twilight zone. Yes, sirree, I do believe I have entered the twilight zone. I left bright light and sun beginning to come out, got on the Manley Highway, and now I have fog. Yay, we're coming into clear. I wanted to show you being totally socked in by fog on this road, but the battery died in the camera just at that moment, so I had to pull over and change the battery, and by the time that was done, everything was clearing up. This is a good thing though. I prefer driving on this road when it's clear versus foggy. Ever in Alaska, I highly recommend a road trip. Just take out some of these long roads and enjoy yourself. Pack yourself a lunch and emergency gear. Make sure you have, spare tire, maybe even two, extra oil, whatever it is that you need for emergencies, because there are no gas stations on this stretch of road. In fact, once you get about, 20 miles or so outside of Fairbanks, there are no gas stations. So figure a good 140 miles. If you're heading to Manley, you have no gas. Also, gas in Manley currently is $6 a gallon, while in Fairbanks, it's about $3.40 a gallon. So always be prepared. Have food, have extra gas, extra clothes. And it will make this trip a whole lot more enjoyable. Isn't that gorgeous? That's essentially what I just drove through. But it's so pretty. This actually is a pull-off to go hiking out to a hot springs. I've never done it, but I hear it's a nice hike. I think that's Little Hawk. I don't know if it showed on the camera though. Lots of potholes that you can't avoid, and fogged in. You can see how it can barely see much further in front of you. See all those little pockets of water? Those are all the bad potholes. Oh, even driving 20 miles an hour, it feels like your teeth are gonna fall out of your head and your head's gonna bounce off your neck. And almost the best thing to do is when you're traveling out to Manley, you drive on the wrong side of the road for as far as you can, but then there are places like this where it's miles of it all over the road. You cannot avoid it. Oh my gosh. Even when it's bright and sunny, you can't avoid this. This here is my favorite mile marker. 111. Oh, I don't know if it showed, but drats. Well, mile marker 111 was my favorite. Mile marker 119 is not, because I am headed up to the highest part on the Manley Road, where lots of curves, no railings. Of course, there are no railings anywhere out here, but because of the fog, I can't really show you just how scary it is, but it is a drop. Here we are. This is the highest part, right up here. And when it's foggy out, it makes it even less fun. But at least there aren't any potholes here. Okay, I get to this part here where you have a pull out and whatnot, and now you have potholes, but we're over it now. This is where I can breathe. Whew. Look how pretty that is. Fog floating around over the golden trees. Again, I don't know how well it showed up in the camera. I'm using our GoPro and I really don't have a lot of experience with it, which is why I never know quite what's going to show. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm less than an hour away from Manley. I'm at my favorite pull out. I don't know how much of anything's going to show in this fog and strange light, but look at this. This lady I met at a health food store, Sunshine Health. Anyway, we were talking and that I wanted to get some raspberry bushes to plant at our property, and she brought me some raspberries from hers. Said, here you go. How sweet is that? Thanks, Daphne. Look at all this fireweed. It's gone to cotton. And the saying is that once that cotton's gone, snow's here. Well, cotton's pretty much, for the most part, up to the tops of the plants. Yeah, the occasional one that says, no, I don't want to let go of my cotton. This is a nice open area. It's a really nice pull out. And it's one of the, I think it's the only pull out where you can get Wi-Fi. Enough to send a text, make a phone call, not enough to go on the internet. I mean, who wants to go on the internet out here? This is so much nicer. My truck is a mess. I had that washed. Well, I mean, I took it and washed it at a car wash. You wouldn't know that now. But when I left this morning, this poor thing was spick and span. Now look at it. Woo, it's got some muddy stuff all over it. It will stay until next year, because the plan is that I don't go anywhere again until next summer. If we need supplies and my son is home, I'm probably going to ask him to bring them out to us and just give him gas money. Because really, for both Jed and I to go to town, really need somebody to watch the house in the wintertime, because I do have cats. I cannot leave the house without any heat going. And I don't like driving this road in the wintertime. Even though the potholes are all gone, but a lot of wind, a lot of snow. Hi, Nathan.
Hi.
Frank's taking me back to our cabin. 20 miles upriver. How many miles this way?
6 miles to the mouth.
6 miles to the mouth of the river, and then 20 miles upriver. Oh, that's right, because you're further, yeah, so 12 and 20. So it's more like 32.
Yeah.
Woo!
Might have been a short trip.
Yeah, very. Alright, now we're at the 12-mile mark. That's usually where Jed and I come in. And then we bicycle 3 miles to my truck to do a post office. Glad we didn't have to do it this time. That road is muddy, muddy, muddy. Okay, now 20 miles left. And I will be home. He's not even going to know who took a picture of him. He can't see me.
Nasty looking clouds up there.
Right? There are some stormy looking clouds. Water's starting to rip Yeah, you can probably park here.
Where the dog is?
Pretty much.
Which is the easiest place? Miss?
This would probably be easier for you, I think. Oh, it's moved. Oh, okay, that's too heavy to move yet. Poopies! You gotta wait. Just wait. My baby. He hasn't seen me in 3 weeks. Well, hello, baby boy. Oh, yes. Yes, my puppy's so excited to see mommy. Yeah. Okay. You're gonna have to give me room.
Well, I do believe they have arrived. Yeah, Wes, you changed a lot.
Got younger.
Yeah, hey, sweetheart.
I thought you were probably in bed or something.
No, out working on solar.
You are not to be picking anything up, so don't even.
Well, took no time to unload and away they go. Thanks everybody for watching. And of course, immediately after they got the boat unloaded and Michelle was officially home, the clouds moved in and rain is moving in for tonight and tomorrow, but the rest of the weekend is supposed to be rather nice. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, share it if you would, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you next time.